Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early. You know it, 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, there's really only one story that I could talk about this morning, and that's TYRE NICHOLS and the videos being released and some of my thoughts on this. I was considering not even doing a video today. For me, it's too early. I've seen the videos. I need time to think about it. I need time to digest the extreme amount of violence that I saw. I had to shut the video off a couple of times. My heart started pounding. I almost felt a sense of panic watching these videos. There's a few things. I'm going to talk about a few questions I had as I watched this. The few thoughts. I mean, there's really, it's hard to watch. One of the biggest questions I have watching this is how these five officers, from what I could see from these videos that were released, these five officers were big. They're big dudes, at least my size. I'm 6'3", about 200 pounds, and most of these guys were probably at least my size. And from what I could see, TYRE NICHOLS was smaller than all five of them. How five full-grown men with pepper spray and tasers couldn't subdue a suspect? That's what I'm wondering. How he got up and managed to run away. Why they were so upset, what the charge was initially. I guess initially it was reckless driving, but there's no proof or no explanation of what the reckless driving was, why they yanked him out of the car. I mean, to me, this video, it looked like gang violence to me. It really did. It looked like a gang of men going after another gang member, really. And I'm not saying that because of their color or anything like that, but that's what it looked like to me. The whole thing, the way they were talking, especially when it was over and TYRE was leaning against the car, it's like none of them even, it wasn't even like a human being there. You know, they were just like they were reaccounting their tactics and their movements and what happened to them, and it's not even like he existed at that point. Just disbelief. I was going to wait to make a video. I just need some time to think about this, and I'm going to be straight. You know, this is one of the reasons I didn't know what to say, because one of the questions that came to my mind is, these are five black men, and what is it that comes through their minds? But they're not just black men; they're police officers, and what are they thinking? I wish I knew what they were thinking about this suspect. Why there was so much aggression? I would think there would be more empathy. When you see somebody that looks like you, sounds like you, dresses like you, you know, you share similar things, histories growing up. You would think there'd be more empathy. That's one of the questions I had. Another question I had is for why TYRE wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't lie face down. I think this was panic. It's self-preservation. You know, I think it's a sense of if you know, because he kept looking back up at the officers and he had his legs preventing him from being put on his stomach. And I've seen this happen. I've seen it happen in real life. When I was pulled over by the police. The next video I'm going to talk about that. Because one of my friends did the same thing and caught an awful beating. And I asked him after, why didn't you just go onto your stomach? And he told me why. That'll be my next video. And I think it's a sense of panic. And plus, you don't want to, that's a hard surface, and you're protecting your face. I don't know. I wondered why he didn't comply. Put his, you know, if it was me, I think I would put my hands behind my back. I don't know. You know, you can tell my thoughts are really jumbled right now. That's why I was going to wait to make this video. But then I saw Tucker Carlson. I'm going to talk about him again today. And what he claimed, and it was just a load of BS, what he talked about yesterday. I'm going to start this by saying, what if I said this? What if I came on here and said this? When I meet another Caucasian person, right off the bat, I know immediately that guy is racist. I'm sure of it. When I run into another Caucasian guy, well, I'm part Native American too, but I run into another Caucasian guy right off the bat, I guarantee you this guy is racist. What would that make? Is that a racist statement? What is racism? It's prejudice. When you prejudge somebody. The word racism doesn't really say whether the person whether the person has to be the same color or not the same color as the person they're accusing. What if I said every time I meet a Caucasian guy in a tank top, I guarantee you he's guilty of domestic violence. He listens to country music, and he's got a 9th grade education. I guarantee it. Would that be a racist statement? Yes, it would, because I'm judging him. I'm judging these people on their appearance, but specifically on their race. What if I saw somebody all dressed in black? And this is example of sexism. I said, oh, that guy, he's not wearing pink, he's wearing black. Black's a manly color, so I guarantee you this guy's straight. He's got to be straight because he's muscular. What if he's muscular and wearing black? He must be straight. And that would be an example of sexism. It doesn't say what I am, straight or gay, but I'm judging somebody on their appearance. Why am I saying this? Because Tucker Carlson in his show yesterday said that the media is lying to you. And he gave examples. The clip will be right down below. And he gave examples of MSNBC, I think, and a few other channels that said, they were calling it racism, which it is. And Tucker Carlson said, this can't be racism. This isn't racism. This isn't. And he brought up the term supremacy, the basic term. I don't want to use that term here. And that, I think in a more in-depth way, that does play into it too. But Tucker Carlson was saying, you're being tricked. You're being fooled by the media. This isn't racism. It can't be racism. The 5 police officers are black. Their supervisors are black. The whole, I think he says the mayor's black. The whole town is black, according to Tucker Carlson. So this isn't racism. So that's what he claims here. That's bull. That's completely bull. This person. Racism is judging somebody on their race. It doesn't say what the person making the accusation, whether they have to be one color or another color. You're prejudging somebody else. As I watched this TYRE, the video of TYRE, I wondered what's going through their head. Like I said, if every Caucasian guy I run into, if I just assume that he is prejudiced or that he is guilty, if he's wearing a tank top, he's guilty of domestic violence, or every Caucasian guy I run into, I guarantee he listens to country music. Those are racist statements. They are, because I'm judging somebody else on their race. And I honestly think, I have a hard time with empathy here because I don't know what black men think of other black men. But these guys are also cops. And I believe that, what if this was a white guy? What if they pulled over a white guy wearing a 3-piece suit and a tie? And he fought just like TYRE fought. Wouldn't straighten out. He got up and ran. Would he have gotten that beating? With the same beating? I don't know. This is a hypothetical question. My guess, I don't think he would have. I really don't think he would have, because I think the cops would have immediately looked at him and not considered him, not prejudged him. Or maybe they would have prejudged him, but in a different direction. That he somehow wasn't as dangerous because he was Caucasian or wearing a 3-piece suit. They would have, I think almost all people are probably guilty of racism in one form or another, because it's a lack of empathy, a lack of being able to empathize with other people. The more that you're unlike somebody else, the harder it might be to empathize with them and prejudge them. The clip will be down below. Like I said, this was the thing that stuck out the most to me this morning. As you can tell, I'm having a hard time talking about this because I was rewatching all the videos this morning, and my thoughts are still all jumbled. It's horrific watching this. It is. To watch any human being, any group of human beings treat one other human being like this, regardless of whatever color or whatever they are, to see the lack of empathy is just horrific. And I'm still having a hard time talking about it right now. But Tucker Carlson is completely dishonest. And I think he knows it. He knows he's being dishonest on here. Calling all the other media, saying you're being tricked by other media. Because this isn't racism. Yeah, it is. It's definitely racism. Black men are, 3 or 4 times more likely to be pulled over. They're looked at differently. And to me, I think that's the reason why there are more black men in jail. If Caucasian people were pulled over with the frequency, or searched or accused with the frequency that black people were, they would be caught at as many things. I think white people are just getting away with more stuff because they're not being scrutinized as closely. I don't think I personally, I don't believe that one color or the other color is more prone to breaking the law. Those are my thoughts this morning. Like I said, I apologize for my thoughts being jumbled. I wanted to wait a little while to do this video, like I said, for everything to settle after watching these videos. So let me know what you think. Have a good Saturday.